I got one person. I'm at Sylvan Lake. It's May long weekend, and I'm right in the middle of a bunch of traffic here. So the first topic I'm going to talk about right now today is going to be, I've been getting lots of questions from these pregnant women that are breastfeeding. Okay, so basically there's a few girls that are breastfeeding right now. They're having no problems at all. So essentially, if you're drinking that snake juice and you're eating in a tight eating window every day, you can even still do 48-hour fast. You'll have no problems. You just got to make sure you just keep the fluid up from the snake juice. So like dry fasting, you don't want to be dry fasting obviously, because that's your body's gonna start to try to use whatever fluid it can get to keep you alive. So dry fasting is not gonna be like the best thing to be doing when you're trying to breastfeed, okay? But the main thing I want to get into here is being fat and getting fat when you're pregnant is fucking bullshit. The reason is because if you a lot of people think, oh, you're eating for two. They say shit like you're eating for two. Like, you know how much energy that fetus actually needs? We're talking like a couple hundred fucking calories a day. Even at their most developed state, we're talking like maybe 400 calories. Like, if that. And if you're fat, you got nothing but calories on your gut already to feed the baby. So if you're a fat person, so here's the thing. Here's the truth. The truth is that any woman that's pregnant shouldn't be fatter than she is when she's not pregnant, other than carrying the baby. Why would you be fatter? Like, even like, let's take it to nature. Like, look at a deer. Let's say if a deer's pregnant, is it gonna just fucking let go and just be like, oh, I'm fucking pregnant, and let's just eat fucking chocolate chip ice cream for fucking 10 months? It makes no sense. Okay? It makes no fucking sense. I've seen, actually, there's a girl I knew in my hometown who was pregnant, and it was like crazy because her gut was like, she had like a perfect pot belly, and the whole rest of her body didn't change at all. Like, just, okay, like seriously, if you shouldn't be getting fat on your thighs and fat on your arms and fat on your fucking back and fat on all these other areas of your body because you're pregnant. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense, okay? So there's no reason you can't stay in awesome shape when you're pregnant, and plus the pregnancy will be way easier. So if anybody has any questions on this, like, even I know when my mom was even pregnant with me and my sister, she was crazy active, and me and my sister didn't end up fucked up, I don't think. So but the whole point is, the mainstream tells pregnant women just go for a free-for-all, like treat yourself, fucking treat yourself. You don't need a fucking treat, okay? It's like this big fucking free-for-all, and these women are just getting fat. And then it actually makes your pregnancy complicated. And then when you go to have the kid, shit does get fucked up, because now you're like, that makes a lot of sense. Let's eat ourselves into an unhealthy state when we're pregnant. Like, it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. There's no reason a woman should gain a fucking pound of body fat on areas of her body like her thighs, legs, ass, arms, back when she's pregnant. Why the fuck would you? It makes no sense. If you need to eat another 300 calories a day and you're that lean that you actually need to make it your maintenance calories higher by 300 calories, then so be it. But how many women are pregnant are actually that lean? Like, none, because everybody's fat in our society. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna get into some ketones too. I worked out every day when I was pregnant. See, there you go. And this is the thing, like, exercise will help make the pregnancy easier. Like, I'm not a woman, so I'm not gonna get pregnant, and I'm not gonna give birth. But this is just going back again to like your hunter-gatherer. Always go back to history, the past. Just think about it. Think about fasting. Like, do you think a pregnant woman had access to food every fucking day in the hunter-gatherer times? Fuck no. It would have been the same bullshit. She would have ate when they had food, and then she would have fasted when they didn't. It's that simple. It's that simple. And taking away food from your diet and then basically giving it back is gonna have crazy effects. Just like when I talked about pulling water away from plants, giving it back, it makes them bloom way harder. Okay? So if any questions about that, I know there's people breastfeeding and shit. If you're breastfeeding, you have no worries whatsoever. Like, obviously, if your supply gets a little bit low, just drink more fucking snake juice. Just drink more water. You're not going to have an issue. All right? And so I wanted to talk about that. Now I'm going to talk about ketones. So right off the bat, the main reason that I get people to piss on ketones all the time is to keep you fucking accountable. Okay? You need to keep yourselves accountable, because what happens is, now, a mainstream ketogenic diet we are not doing here. Okay? We're talking about ketones to keep you accountable, so you are cutting your carbs, because if you are fat, you do not need to be eating a bunch of carbs. Now, but that being said, it's not a ketone competition. Okay, as long as your strips are showing something, it keeps you in check, and then you see the pattern. You don't have to be showing like black on the strips or purple on the strips 24/7. Does that make sense? So with ketones, after a while, a lot of people that start the diet, their bodies will actually show a lot higher ketone. I'm just gonna turn this a little bit. So their bodies will show a lot higher ketones right off the bat, because their bodies' kidneys aren't completely efficient at reabsorbing the ketones. Okay, so as you get into this, you'll notice sometimes your ketones will drop off and everything's perfect. You're basically not eating any carbs. You're like, why the fuck did that happen? It's because your body's actually using more of the ketones and not pissing them out. Does that make sense? If there's any questions, just ask me. Don't just sit here and watch me talk. So yeah, so your strips now, obviously when you eat a meal, your strips, you're gonna have like, if you eat a bunch of carbs, your strips aren't gonna show shit. Now, dry fasting definitely gets you into ketosis a little bit quicker, okay? Wet fasting, you'll be in ketosis a little bit later, but the thing is, now one thing that can fuck with ketones a little bit is drinking too much water. Okay, we don't need to drink a pile of fucking water. Okay, off topic, I gotta tell you guys this fucking story. This old lady, I triggered her so fucking bad today in the grocery store. She was actually threatening to fucking get my license plate and fucking have me like, she was talking like she was gonna report me to the powers that be, and saying I'm gonna kill somebody, blah blah blah. And it all started because I went into the grocery store because I'm gonna go buy some pink salt today, and I didn't know where to get it in this town. So I go to the grocery store. I asked this old lady, and she was obese, like obviously she was fucking fat. Okay, so I asked her about the salt, and then she's like, yeah, the pink. She starts just running her mouth like she's a fucking expert on everything. And then I'm like, okay, so the salt's not here. And then she starts talking to me. I'm like, she's like, why do you want the salt? And then I'm like, I just wanted to trigger the fuck out of her. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do like a 5-day water fast here. I want to do some experimentation, and I want to like dial it right in to where I know exactly how much potassium and salt I can get away with, to where my energy starts to drop off, which I'm gonna talk to you about after the story. So this woman starts telling me about all this fucking bullshit about how about how you can't dry fast, fucking blah blah blah, it'll fucking kill you. Like, shut the fuck up. And so I just dealt with it. And then this other lady comes in who actually lost a pile of fat, and she starts like backing me up. And then it's just this whole clusterfuck of bullshit. And then the lady that actually helped me out, she's like, yeah, you can go get the pink salt, you can get that at Dollarama. And I'm like, sweet. So I went to Dollarama, and sure shit, I ran into her again at Dollarama. But she said, that other woman, she's like, you better watch out, because she might be waiting in the parking lot for you to get your license plate and shit. And like, it's fucking hilarious. These people, like, they don't have a fucking clue who I am. It's like, I don't fucking care. Like, call the cops. Call the fucking cops, okay? Call the cops. I'm gonna fucking preach this shit until somebody puts a bullet in my fucking head. Call the goddamn cops and have me fucking arrested. I'll still preach this shit. It ain't gonna make any fucking difference, okay? So, like, that's one reason why I live such a simple lifestyle, because I have nothing to take. It's like, what are they gonna fucking sue me for? Air? What are they gonna take my air away? Is that what they're gonna do? So, long story short, she was trying to tell me that about water, and how you gotta drink 50,000 gallons of water, and how if your urine's not clear, you're fucking everything up, and how you have no idea what you're talking about. And then just to like try to like shock her, I'm like, okay, so your clear urine, have you ever tasted it? So have you ever actually tasted your piss? And I told her I drank fucking urine for 2 fucking months straight. So when I taste my piss, I know that I have enough salt or potassium in it. And then she like just fucking was like completely triggered. She's like, this guy drinks his fucking piss, fucking like, fuck, what a, like, it's unbelievable what people think they know, and they have no fucking experience. And she's like, how old are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm 35. I'm like, oh, you're just a young pup, you don't know anything, you're gonna kill somebody, fucking. She's just irate. It was fucking hilarious, okay? Because now she'll probably be telling everybody in this fucking town about me, okay? And everyone will find out, and then they'll be on the site, and then people will be asking me for help. It's exactly what I try to do. Just trigger the fuck out of people. People gotta understand why I do it. I do that for a reason. Yeah, people like this girl said, people talk a lot of shit about dry fasting. They don't have a fucking clue. Okay, so that being said, let's get into a little bit of stuff what I'm doing. So my next big experiment here. I'm gonna have to stop fasting so goddamn hard. I gotta actually try to put on a little bit of muscle one of these days. Fucking trying to fast so hard. It's hard to fucking actually build. You know, you can maintain pretty easy, but build's tough. So what I'm gonna do is starting tonight, I'm gonna eat a shitload of food. I got a watermelon and a bunch of bananas. I'm just gonna clear everything I got out. And I'm gonna start a wet fast starting tomorrow, where what I'm gonna do is I've got to think about it here still a little bit, but I think from my experience before, I'm gonna start with 1 liter of water. I'm gonna start with 1 liter of water. Don't do this, I'm just telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with 1 liter of water, and then I'm gonna put in probably about 5,000 milligrams of potassium, and then I'm gonna put in probably another 5,000 milligrams of sodium, okay? And I'm gonna put in a bunch of cayenne pepper. I got those little capsules, those high test capsules that are 100,000 heat units. And then I'm gonna put in lemon juice, and I'm gonna put in fucking apple cider vinegar. So the whole goal is here, I wanna dial it in to see what I can get away with. So everyone watching this with the snake juice. Now I know on that How to Start the Snake Diet for Dummies video, that's like the first 48 hours. And I said to have this salty meal. The idea of that was because there's a lot of fucking crybabies that don't wanna put the sodium in their drink. But end of the day, the fucking best thing to do is just mix everything in your drink, okay? And understand that sodium is potassium sparing. So if you aren't getting enough fucking sodium from the pink salt, you will lose all your potassium. It's like you'll be screwed up on both ends, on one end. If you're screwed up on either end, you're screwed, okay? So if you lose all your sodium, you're still gonna feel like shit. I've had a bunch of people message me about that. I ask them, and they're like, oh, I'm only taking the potassium, or they take some salt with their meal, but it doesn't much matter if you're eating every 72 hours. There's no freaking way you're gonna get enough sodium in that one meal that you had every 72 hours to get enough in to keep it so you're gonna be potassium sparing. Okay, you have to get the fucking sodium. The cool part about sodium is you can go over the top on sodium and it ain't gonna be a big deal. Okay, don't go over 2 teaspoons of potassium. That being said, this nurse I've been talking to, when people are really fucked up in the hospital, they'll fucking pound as much of 11,000 milligrams into somebody in the hospital in a day, which is sounds fucking crazy to me, but obviously they don't kill anybody. 11,000? Like, you know, the mainstream says we need 4,700. I thought I was being a little risque saying to fucking just take 2 teaspoons of 5,000. They're pounding 11,000 into people at the fucking hospital. So with the snake juice, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna mix a liter of snake juice up. I'm gonna mix up 5,000 milligrams of potassium tonight. And then I'm gonna now this is the difference. I've done this experiment before when I did a 7 or 8 day water fast there back in the day. But this time I'm gonna drink all the water in a tight window. I'm gonna drink the water in probably 2 to 3 hours. Okay, no more than that. And it's always gonna be later into the evening. So that's the whole thing I'm experimenting with, is I'm gonna drink all this water right into the evening, then basically dry fast all day. And this time, I'm gonna hit volume in the gym. I'm gonna train some volume. I'm gonna go for some hard swims, where last time I just did high intensity training, like basically with low volume. So this time I'm really gonna see what my body can do when I'm only on the snake juice and I get the sodium and potassium dialed right in. Okay? So I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this to show people, okay, so like we can get away with this little bit of sodium and potassium, like this we can get away with. And then I know how much you need. And I know, okay, it's like if my body can handle this and I can go swim like a mile or half a mile 2 days in a row, plus go to the gym, sweat my ass off, and I can get away with 1 or 1.5 liters of water, that's why I'm gonna start out with 1 liter. And if I feel good, I'll stick to 1 liter. Because I'm pretty sure, just from what I've been eating and things like this, I'm almost positive I can get away with 1 liter of water. It'll be close. It'll be like maybe 1 liter, maybe 1.25 liters. And then get all my sodium and potassium. I'm gonna make it nice and hot with the cayenne pepper because it just kills all the taste, and I like that bite. It just gives you like a little shot of energy. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm gonna basically do this until I feel like I'm getting weak. I'm guessing maybe hard training, 3-4 day water fast with a hard training is kind of my goal. So if there's any questions about the ketone strips as well. And like another thing too, like let's talk about fats a little bit. Like people, the ketogenic mainstream fucking people, like they just tell you to eat fat, eat fat, eat fat. Like fuck, you don't just want to eat fucking fat. You know, there's fats, like you eating mayonnaise all day long, like you know how much fucking canola oil and omega-6s you're pounding back? Like that promotes inflammation. You don't just want to fucking be recklessly eating fat, okay? Like all that fucking peanut butter you eat, you don't need all that. You don't need all that. It's not natural. That's why fasting is key. This is why I don't, like I push a low carb diet on the fatties, but I don't push a low carb diet completely, like zero carb diet on people that are actually lean. Because honestly, fucking fruit's not bad for you. It's very nutritious. Just problem is you let yourself get fucking fat so you don't get fruit. It's like, that's your punishment, okay? You're getting punished. You get fucking snake juice because you got fat. Understand? That's all. Okay, that will be 1 liter of snake juice concoction in a small eating window with no other plain water. Exactly, no plain water. Good point. Plain water is fucking stupid to drink. There's not one good reason to drink plain water unless you're eating super low carb and you did not get enough vegetables in and you slopped a pile of salt on your food and then you needed to get, and then maybe you had enough potassium or something like this and you just didn't get enough fluid in your food. Let's say you ate like a fucking pile of greens. Okay, so let's say you hit your potassium number and you hit your sodium number in your meal, but you didn't get like a good liter of greens, like a kilo of greens. That's when you can drink more like fresh water if you got enough potassium in, which normally you guys would not have got enough potassium in. So basically what I'm saying is you aren't ever gonna be drinking fresh water again until you're fucking lean. Now once you're lean, you can get away with fresh water because, what the heck is this? It just says invite here, sorry. Oh, I see. It's saying invite for some reason. Can people still hear me? Can somebody message me on here just to see if you can hear me? So anyway, so yeah, you're not going to be drinking any fresh water. You don't need fresh water. This is the worst thing I even see at the gym is people just drinking water. Like fuck. Like if you're properly hydrated, this is the problem. So these wet fasting groups on the internet, all these wet fasting groups that are telling people to just drink fucking water are fucking idiots. Okay, empty, like plain water with no added salt is fucking trash. And you know what they're saying on these groups? They're actually saying, oh, it's okay if you feel like shit. And they're even pushing distilled water. Like, it's fucking, right as soon as you see that on one of those water fasting groups, just fucking, that group is garbage. You will not learn nothing from them. The only way to water fast, period, for long sustained periods of time and still feel good is when you have your fucking salts. Why the fuck would you fucking fast on plain fucking water? If you're doing it for the healing aspect and you don't want to have anything in the water, then you dry fast. You don't fucking fast on plain empty water with no electrolytes. It makes no fucking sense at all. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want to see. So the fella, I don't know if you guys seen that before and after picture, that my buddy Jeremy. So what happened is he, for 2 months, he was on a fucking 6 meal a day bullshit diet, but he was training so goddamn hard that he actually lost about 25 pounds on his own. And then he got a hold of me and I got him fasting and we cut like another 25, 30 pounds here in like the last 3 weeks. And so basically, how did we do that? Guess. Snake juice. That's how we fucking did it. I had him water fasting like crazy long periods. We did do a 4-day dry fast just for self-development reasons, really. I just wanted to push him through it. But the fucking way to cut fat the fucking fastest and most efficiently is by drinking the snake juice. And then what you do is you fucking dry fast most of the day, keep all your water in a tight drinking window, and then try to throw in a dry fast maybe weekly of a 48-hour, and then maybe a monthly of like 3 to 5 days if you could, because then you get that massive healing effect. Okay? So that's it. It's that simple. So I want to get into this little topic about people. You always run into people, like even this fucking old lady that got pissed off at me for nothing today. People are all experts when it comes to nutrition, okay? So they don't listen. They don't fucking listen. As soon as you say fasting, the word fasting just goes in one ear and out the other, and they keep dwelling on nutrition. They keep dwelling on what's going in your body. They keep dwelling on that. Here's the thing. There is good, healthy things to put in your body, But if your fucking fasting routine is compromised because you're putting calories into your body, I don't give a fuck if it's kale. I don't give a fuck if it's the healthiest goddamn thing on the planet. It is not as healthy as fasting. Fasting is optimal priority. Fasting is first fucking priority over anything. And another thing, so like even like things like calcium, I tell people, like the fasting will mobilize your calcium. You got fucking calcium up the ass in your body. Your body just doesn't know how to use it. That's why you end up pulling calcium deficient blood. Okay, that's why you're deficient in magnesium. That's why you're deficient in all this fucking other bullshit. The only two fucking real electrolytes you got to be hammering back is fucking sodium and potassium to keep yourself going once you're fucking roasting body fat. Because like you don't, those other ones you don't need in any sort of volume. You know, like your whole body contains like 25 grams of fucking goddamn fucking magnesium from what I've read. 25 grams in your whole body. Like your blood levels are so low in magnesium. It's not, you're not going to be fucking low on the, you're not going to be low in magnesium in your body. You're just going to be low because your body is fucked up from not fasting and your body doesn't mobilize any of these nutrients because you're never cutting into your body fat. Because where do you think all the nutrients are stored? In your goddamn body fat. Okay? This girl here says, I wasn't having the snake juice at all and felt great, but was having water with my meal. Should I be having a snake juice with my meal? I dry fast. Here's the thing, like how much exercise are you doing? There's no fucking way you can just fucking fast on water unless you're eating, unless you're overeating. So here's the thing, because you're fat, we gotta eat a little bit of food. And there's no fucking way you're gonna get your potassium in through that little bit of food. It's impossible. Now, the way I eat, I dry fast all day. I eat like a fucking horse at night. Like last night I ate like, what did I eat? I ate like 4 or 5 avocados. I ate like 9 eggs. I think I ate like 5 lemons, 2 massive grapefruits. I drank like probably a half a liter of coconut water. And then I ate like 6 fucking bananas. So I'm pretty sure I got my potassium in. You see, but like you can't eat that much food because that's not going to help you in your actual goal to lose the fucking weight. So you got to get the potassium in through the snake juice. Now, yeah, maybe you felt okay not drinking any snake juice because you aren't doing anything and you're not really active. There's no fucking way in hell that you're going to be able to be active without fucking taking the potassium and sodium in when you're sweating all fucking day exercising. It's impossible. Okay? So, ask me any questions. Anybody have any questions about any of this shit? Anything. So do you have any questions about the snake juice? Do you have any questions about eating windows? Do you have any questions about low carb, high fat diet? Like I said, think more low carb, don't think high fat. Like just because everybody in the mainstream says low carb, high fat doesn't mean you gotta just fucking eat 50,000 calories worth of fat. You know, some fats is good. Another thing too, olive oil. Olive oil has a fucking massive smoke point, like where your smoke point's really low. So basically you'll get like, I'm just talking about some of the oils here, some of the shit you should probably stay away from. Most of the olive oil on the shelf is garbage. Now if you use it in salads, the good quality olive oil is fine, but if you start cooking with it, you fuck it. And basically what you end up doing is you end up releasing free radicals, which you don't fucking want in your body anyway. You need to stick to oils, like, you know, if you're gonna eat any oils at all, like coconut oil, like ghee, you know, even grass-fed butter's got a lower smoke point than ghee. Like those ones you could cook with, okay? So, but you don't have to be pounding all this fucking fat. And if you're constipated, that's why. And another reason if you're constipated, it's because you're not getting enough fucking potassium either and enough sodium, okay? So yeah, like these water fasting groups, like this is the thing. Back in the day, I used to water fast on fucking Perrier's and Pellegrinos. And this is when I was eating, but I was eating a lot of food. So I got away with it because I was getting a lot of potassium in via food, okay? But if you're fasting long periods, you have to get the fucking sodium in, okay? You have to get the fucking potassium in. You can't just go one without the other either. You cannot. If you got the balls, taste your piss. If you're fucking pissing and you can't taste salt in your piss, you need fucking to pump up the salt. If you're pissing and you can't taste potassium in your piss, you need to pump up potassium. Okay? If you piss and there's no taste in your piss, you are fucking deficient in all that shit. So,
let's go! Subscribe! Subscribe! You already know! We're famous YouTubers. Hit us up. Vlog.
These guys are YouTubers. These two are YouTubers.
Edmonton.
No,
Where you from?
Fuck, I'm from Edmonton.
North
Yeah,
side.
Oh, you live, we're about to the
side.
north side.
Downs.
Yeah, that's where I actually live there too. I live in Greensboro.
This is Instagram
Yeah,
live.
well, say hi, you guys. I gotta get back to this. I'm a fat loss coach. I'm trying to fucking teach people how to lose weight. See, like this guy's got a fucking gut. So what I do, I actually help people. I teach people how to fast.
No way.
So like you wouldn't be smoking or drinking fucking that Red Bull. That's for damn
that
sure.
out of you.
So I'll get back to
you.
that.
Still puff start.
You know, yeah.
What's your Instagram? We'll follow you.
Cole Robinson, Snake Diet.
Snake guy.
Yeah, Snake Diet. Okay, see you guys. That was fun. So where was I there? I just got interrupted. But yeah, so this girl said, so I know you're doing only 1 liter of snake juice. Yeah, see, these guys are fucking bunch of fucking drunk assholes. They're fucking good. They're just young kids. But yeah, so you know you're only doing 1 liter of snake juice for your experiment, but 2 liters is how much other people should be drinking per day. So 2 liters is safe. But the reason I'm doing 1 liter is because I want to see how little I can get away with. Okay? Like I could easily go 2 liters of fucking water, mix up 5,000 milligrams of potassium and my salt, et cetera, and be fine. But I'm trying to cut it back. I want to see how low I can go. I want to see if I can get away with 1 fucking liter a day because I know that I'm active, I'm really active. And the Castle Down Hillbillies. Yeah, fucking. So I know that I'm active as fuck, right? So I know that if I can get away with 1 liter, then I know that all the people that are bitching and crying and complaining about needing more water do not need more fucking water if I can get away with 1 liter. Unless they're like some sort of fucking crazy high level athlete. Okay? Could somebody shoot me the time? So this, I've been fucking making some posts there on Facebook and I fucking basically, there's a lot of posts like with respect, like people, a lot of you guys that are watching this and watch all my shit, your social circle is going to be one of your worst enemies. I've talked about this before. Don't let them be like, you need a fucking treat. You need a treat. You need to fucking treat yourself. Okay, here's what happens with treats. It's not a treat anymore if you fucking have a treat 3 times a day. Okay, it's not a treat anymore. See, a treat is like once in a blue fucking moon. And then the thing is, once you get used to not having treats anyway, you don't even want to have a fucking treat in the first place. Okay? So, this guy's saying, yeah, 6:27. Okay, yeah, it's half hour in. Okay, so, I'm going to tell some stories. Hey, I'm going to actually... Hey, you guys come here for a sec. Oh, they're not camera worthy. They're eating ice cream cones. I was going to harass them. So anyway, so this other story I got is where basically, so we're doing this weight loss contest and buddy that I'm helping, we're trying to win $30,000, right? So a lot of people, they're always like, oh, fucking, can we do this? Can we do that as far as getting aggressive with the fasting? So here's how aggressive we got with him. We've done a 12-day water fast with him where he trained every fucking day and he was drinking snake juice. So that's how aggressive you can get. I don't recommend that for somebody starting off, but here's what I do recommend. Now this is a good way. It's all about beating that fear of fasting at the start. Everyone's just fucking scared. It's like, will fasting do this? Will fasting do that? Will fasting do this? It's like, just fucking do it. You're not gonna have any issues when you do a 48-hour fast with that snake juice. Like maybe like, okay, like your chances of dying are gonna be no different than going for a walk in this park and dropping dead. Okay, it's like, you always have that risk in life. You always have that risk of death and dying. Like, you have that risk on a Jenny Craig fucking diet. And that's mainstream as fuck. You have that same risk on a Weight Watchers diet. You have that same risk eating keto. In fact, eating keto, eating that high-fat diet all day, in my mind, to most people, that's almost like a more scary and higher risk than fucking fasting and actually eating some carbs. And fasting and eating some carbs is going to get you a better result than that fucking mainstream keto diet where you eat all fucking day long. Because people, it's that fear. So here's a good way to start. So when you're starting the diet, a good way to start would be you want to do that first 48-hour fast to beat that food addiction and shift your body into fucking fat burning mode, okay? Then, depending how hard that first 48-hour fast was, if that first 48-hour fast went really smoothly, then you can do a 72-hour fast, okay? Then, if that 72-hour fast feels good, then do a 96-hour fast. Then if that 96-hour fast feels good, try a fucking 5-day water fast. Okay, you can do it. You can do it. Nobody, there's no fucking way. Once you've done the 48s, and if the first 48 feels like shit and it was hard, get a hold of me because you might have fucked some shit up on that second day if it still felt hard near the end. But then just do another 48-hour again. Just get adapted that way. Then try a 72. The faster you can do a 72-hour fast, it's like then you have that weapon in your arsenal. Then, however you fuck up, like all these drunk fucking jokers out here, you know, it's May long weekend, Sylvan Lake. How many people are just fucking, you know, completely going whatever they're doing, fucking drinking 20,000 gallons of booze and shit all weekend. But I have friends that are gonna do that, and then but they fast, and so then what they'll do is they'll do a 48 or 72-hour fast to get right back in it. Okay, it's that fucking easy. It's easy to fast. It's not scary. Just fucking do it. Don't fucking cry and complain. Always think about the past. It's like, did they fast 1,000 years ago? Yes. What's changed? Nothing. What's changed is you're fucking fat and our society's all fucked up. Okay? The main thing, that fear. People are scared of every little bullshit thing. Okay? Like anything, like even cold showers, you name it. Like people are afraid of all sorts of shit. Like, you know, it's funny how I actually run into with old folks. It's like they're on the biggest spectrum. I get old people that are like literally want to kill me for preaching this shit, and then I have old people that are fucking tough as nails that have actually done some research, and those people will not cheat. They will not cheat. Like I got this one lady I'm helping right now. She's 70. Okay, she's 70 fucking years old, and she had a hive issue, and we're beating her hive issue. And I've had her dry fasting. She's done a 72-hour dry fast. You know, if she can do it, who can't? Like, you know, and then people bring up like, oh, I have heart issues, or I'm on these meds, or I'm on this and that and this. Well, the reason you're on the fucking meds in the first place is because your doctor's a fucking pussy and can't tell you the truth. Secondly, huh? Yeah, I swear quite a bit. Just, you want to come? You want to come join me? Here, actually, come here for a sec. 2 seconds. Oh, I'm just doing a little interview on Facebook Live about fasting. And I was going to get your opinion.
Fasting?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? What's the longest you went without food in the last week?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't like going without food.
Yeah, most people don't.
I believe in fasting. Cut back, but don't fast.
See, he doesn't like fasting.
More people need to show up the cave bowl, though.
I'll see ya. Yeah, see, like, this is the whole thing is people are just fucking scared of shit. There's nothing to be scared of. You're scared of everything. If you jump in a car every day and go drive down the highway, you're putting yourself in more danger than you are at fasting. Like, how many people get killed every day driving? How many people get killed drinking? Like, you know, you have your fucking people like out here that are getting drunk as fuck, and they're gonna ridicule you because you're fasting, yet they're pounding fucking alcohol into their body. Like fucking hypocrites. Like it's unbelievable. Like the amount of fucking unhealthy shit that people do, and then they actually have a problem with fasting is unfucking believable. And it's because you're taking away something. It's like if we're giving people something, they have no problem. They have no problem when they're getting given something. But as soon as you start taking away shit, as soon as you start taking away shit, then you're fucking like, you know, then people have every issue in the book. You know, there's fucking like, it's unbelievable. I'm just looking for some questions. This is a Q&A. So if you have any questions, ask me. Is there another thing too, like some people get stressed out and they fuck up shit. Like one girl I'm helping, you know, this girl I've had her do 3-day fasts, and she basically is like stressed out, and then she fucks up, and then she's like, you know, it's an ongoing thing. It's because there's something else in her life that needs to be fixed. I can only help people so much because it's like I got you to ride the bike. You know, I got you to ride the bike. Now you just have to finish that race. You know, that's the thing. People, I got you fasting. I got you to do a 72-hour fast, for crying out loud. And then you fucked up. Like, you already know what to do. Just goddamn fast again. It's not that hard. You already know what to do. You know, sometimes people just need me to give them a kick in the ass. I understand that. But that's about all it takes. Okay, I think because we were always told that metabolisms need food every 2 hours. Yeah, that's the biggest crock of shit ever, right? Like, people, your body does not need fucking food every 2 hours. Here's the thing. Eating Multiple meals throughout the day is straight up unhealthy. It is unhealthy because every time you fucking eat, you spike your insulin. Insulin promotes inflammation. So when you spike your insulin all the time, it makes your inflammation fucking through the roof. You'll have better results, I've said this before, eating fucking garbage in a 2-hour eating window each day than eating clean food throughout the whole fucking day, especially if it's carbohydrates, because your insulin gets spiked, and that is the biggest cause of inflammation, like hands down. You ever wonder how like the old guys and like some of these old guys are like, you know, they're still like pretty rugged and tough and they're like 60 years old, but they eat like, everyone's like, oh, he eats bacon grease and sausages and shit all the time. The reason is because they fast naturally. A lot of these guys only eat dinner. Or they have maybe a glass of coffee for breakfast, but coffee's garbage. But you know, they'll have a glass of coffee for breakfast and then they'll eat dinner. And they'll eat like this fatty meal. And they're lean. I know one guy that used to do this, our neighbor growing up. He's a farmer, like same thing. Like even eating 3 perfectly square meals a day is going to be better than eating 6 fucking meals all day long, because at least you have a little bit of time between each meal. If you're on a high-fat diet, for at least your insulin to take a bit of a drop. But that's still going to be fucking unhealthy. It doesn't matter if you're eating 2 fucking meals a day. It's still, you need to tighten the window up. Now you can eat 2 meals in like a 4-hour eating window or something like that. That's just 1 meal as far as I'm concerned. It's the eating window. It's not the meals. You can eat 6 meals in 1 hour. You know, it's like, oh, I ate fucking 6 little tiny meals in 1 hour. It's a 1-hour eating window. That's what counts. And like even like the other day, there's a guy in the gym, and like he's got this fucking meal plan, and all he had to do to actually get results, like he's already plateauing. He said he's fucking gained weight, for crying out loud. He's got some bullshit meal plan of some fucking expert, and you know, all he'd have to do is he'd have to take, if he took all the food and just packed it into the end of the day, he'd see way better results. It's so simple. Like people gotta wake the fuck up. Like it's like this is easy stuff. It's once you can fast, it's just like tweaking it to your body, and you see the craziest, awesomest results you could ever find. Like no one's gonna get the results you'll get from fasting. You can't. You cannot get the results. I don't care what you're doing. You will not get as faster results, and not even faster results. You won't get as healthy results either, because like say if you're eating multiple meals a day at a massive caloric deficit, you're still freaking causing a pile of inflammation. You're still spiking your insulin, and the only way to cut freaking body weight doing that is going to be cutting calories like crazy, and cutting calories like crazy, eating 6 times a day throughout the whole of the day is catabolic. Like you're going to break down muscle mass. And then you got these same people jumping on a goddamn cardio equipment for 2 hours every day for fucking 7 days a week. And then they wonder why they get on stage for a stupid bikini show and they're fucking all fucking weak. And then they just blow up like a fucking balloon afterwards. Like even like, you know, every time I go to the goddamn gym in Edmonton or everywhere, you know, look how hot people are on the internet. And then you see them at the gym and they're fat. You know, I look the same on the internet as I do in fucking real life. Like these fucking, they're all fat asses. They're not completely fat because they train so goddamn hard, but they're fucking 10, 15 pounds overweight. And these are competitors. Oh, I compete. It's like, so fucking what? I don't give a fuck if you compete. Well, you don't fucking give any value, because all you're doing is you're fucking lean for fucking 2 days out of the whole year. What kind of value is that? Like that's good value, and then it's not even a healthy way to cut in the first place. You know, you're like, and then that's the whole problem, and it's not even their fault. Like these fucking other jokers that are, you know, a lot of these guys that are on gear, these guys freaking promote all this crap, and all these girls go to these guys for help for these shows, and then these guys are trying to push steroids on those girls too, which is the fucking worst. That's probably the worst part about the whole goddamn industry. Like I got buddies that do drugs, I got buddies that do steroids, but you know, and they know my thoughts about it. They know I know it's fucking garbage. But the thing is, it's about the people that push it like a goddamn drug dealer. Those are the people that piss me the fuck off. You know, it's like they're just pushing it and pushing it. Because you know what happens? It's because the reason they have to push the drugs is because their stupid diet doesn't work. So like the girl is trying to prep for this bikini show. She's on some bullshit prep that's like 2 to 3 months long or 5 months long, some of these preps. And then at the end, she's having nothing but trouble because she's already getting weak. She's already getting weak, and she still has body fat, because that's what the calorie cut with the 6 meals a day. Now that wouldn't happen cutting calories fasting, but that's what exactly happens. They get fucking weak, and then it's like then they're stressed, and then that's when they're at this low point. Fuck, this dog's fucking huge. So then they're at this low point, and that's the perfect time for these fucking jokers to sell them drugs to try to cut that last bit of weight, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm just gonna hit invite. I don't know why it's telling me to hit invite on all these people now. Yeah, it's telling me to hit invite on all these people. I don't know why. Yeah, so that's the whole thing with that. You know, it's like, it's just it's a fucking gross industry. Everyone's just chasing the dollar, and you know, all they have to do is, but there's no money in fasting. There's no money in fucking fasting. Like, so like even me, my sister, we're gonna be building this. She's whipping me up this little website, and like I got to make some sort of a living to eat eventually, but I don't need to make much money. You know, I'll probably sell some T-shirts, things like this, and I might try to like get people. We're thinking maybe put like the snake juice products, so people, because I know a lot of people overseas and stuff are having a tough time finding some of this shit. So maybe we'll be able to help people buy that off the site and just don't even mark it up, just the same prices at the store. But that's pretty much it. Like, there's no money in this. You know, there's no money. There's money in your stupid fuck. And you know, it's funny that fucking those bikini coaches, a lot of them, like, you got to see how complex their little fucking like diet looks. It's unbelievable. They'll have 6 meals a day. They'll have everything weighed out perfectly. They'll have everything weighed out perfectly, plus all the fucking supplements they're chucking in there. And the funniest part is it's so perfectly done, yet they give the same exact meal plan to every fucking girl that pays them. They don't even tweak it. So that just goes to show how big of a scam it is. If it was actually not a scam and they were actually putting in some effort, they would have different small little incremental numbers based on the girl's height, size, weight, everything. The fucking diet's damn near the same for everybody. Within, like, it's like, I've seen this. I know girls that had like bikini coaches, and 5 girls had the same goddamn diet. And then they fucking basically, they all quit. But like, this is the problem. Here's the question. I tried a wet 24 and dry 24, and I actually liked it. Yeah, you could do that. Like, that's an easy little way. There's a guy, he actually, if I'm not mistaken, he would go dry every second day. Like, basically, he would fast dry every second day, and he beat cancer in a year doing that. That's not very aggressive, but like, it all depends. Now, if you're gonna wet fast, you could wet fast with no food, and then go dry the next day, and then eat a meal at night. Like, you can do all sorts of shit, right? You can do all sorts of different things. I'm just gonna try inviting these people again. You know, you can do this. It all depends on your goal. The main thing is the best, fastest way humanly possible to lose fat is going to be snake juice as long as you possibly can, because that, you're putting no calories in your body and you're burning nothing but body fat. And until you get down to the leanest version of yourself, you should be on an aggressive snake juice routine once you get used to it, and maybe eating once in a blue moon. And that's what I'm going to prove this week. I'm about I don't know, fasted right now. I'm probably like 176 maybe. Like, I'm all carved up. As soon as I get on the snake juice, I'll probably cut down to 170 kind of thing. But that's what I'm trying to prove to people, that I can still be super active just drinking the snake juice on the little bit of fat I have. And anybody that has a lot of fat, on their body, like, you could drink that snake juice for a fucking week, like I told you. Jeremy, we just had him do it for, you see in the pictures, I put him up on Facebook today. I had him drink, he's drinking it still tonight. He's not going to eat till tomorrow night. We're going to carb up tomorrow night and then do some other little experiment type stuff to prep him for his pictures. And he drank the snake juice for 12 fucking days. You know, and he's going to the gym every day. So it just goes to show how long you can go in that, as long as you, and that's why I'm doing this test for you, because I'm going to experiment with the potassium, and I'm going to try to go with 1 liter a day of water and try to get all the electrolytes in 1 liter and see how good that works. Okay? Could somebody give me the time again? Yeah, and like, see, here, I'm going to tell you guys the story how I actually created the snake juice. So, what happened, when I very first started fasting, I was eating basically 1 meal a day. I was eating 1 meal a day, and I was eating a pile of food, and that got me down like under 180 pounds, okay? Then, I was not taking in the salt and potassium at that point, but when I very first did my first fast, I was drinking Perrier's. The reason I was drinking those is because I forget because I plan on doing this fast. I'm like, okay, I'll drink these Perrier's because they're mineral water and they'll kind of quench your hunger because they're carbonated. So I drank these Perrier's, and then what happened, after a few weeks, maybe a couple weeks even, I started doing some longer fasts. And then that's when I did a 48, and then I did a 72. But the thing was, I could get through the 48 pretty easy because I was eating so much food, because I was fearful a little bit, because I'm like, oh, 48 or 72, I guess it was. 72 is long in my head. So I ate literally as much food as I thought I needed for 3 full days of eating, which was wrong because I had body fat, right? So I still have a video, I think, where I ate like something like 7,200 fucking calories going into the 72-hour fast. So that 72-hour fast, I think it was about in the 3rd day where I started getting some muscle twitches and shit in the gym. So that being said, that's because I wasn't on the snake juice. I was still just on the carb, or just on the carbonated drinks, carbonated water, okay, the carbonated mineral water. So then what happened is I still didn't know anything about the fucking electrolytes. I didn't know about that. So then I met this young guy, my buddy Colton. And that's where we learned a lot, because I started fasting him really hard and we started fucking around with salt. And he was holding water. And then what happened was I had a buddy, I kind of reached out and I was talking about how we're trying to cut this water and shit. We're using the sauna, blah, blah, blah. And then I had a buddy on Instagram and he messaged me, and he's an old buddy of mine, and he's kind of hardcore. Like, he's done a little bit of juice in the day, but he's like kind of quiet. He keeps to himself, and he does some pretty good experiments. So he's like, just try knocking this salt back and it'll kick that water. So then what we did is we had Colton drinking the salt water. And that's kind of how I started getting into the salt. So then I felt guilty because we had him drinking a bunch of salt, and I wasn't actually drinking the salt at that point. So I'm like, well, I got to do this too. I got to see what it's going to do. So then what I did is I drank fucking 18,000 milligrams of fucking salt in one night. And what happened is my gut went from this to fucking like out to here. Like, I'm not even shitting you. I went from 172 pounds. I went from like 160, not 72. I went from about 165 pounds up to 180 in like 2 hours. And I was freaking the fuck out because I had a powerlifting meet coming up. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm not going to make weight because I had to make 163 for this powerlifting meet like 4 days down the road. So then I was like, well, I knew that it was only water, right? Because obviously it's water. Like, I didn't eat anything. So I'm like, well, I'll just frickin' dry fast. And that's when I actually did my first real dry fasting, just because I had to get rid of that water. But I drank maybe like 250 mils of water, like maybe once every day for 3 days, and that was it. And it was crazy. The water was on me. I wasn't even thirsty because that sodium, it hydrated me because it made me hold the water. So then what happened, so that's how I learned about sodium. So after that, I'm just fucking hammering sodium on everything I ate. I didn't even give a fuck about sodium anymore. I went and got Himalayan pink salt and started pounding it. Then what happened is I wanted to do this experiment where I was going to show people that I could do a 5-day water fast or an 8-day water fast and not lose any muscle mass. Okay? So what happened was this, and this is kind of I wanted to do this experiment, but I just had to fucking make myself go do it. So then what happened is I was talking to my buddy who's kind of like my Yoda, and he's a natural bodybuilder from 1993. He's tried everything under the sun to try to cut. And so what he told me is like, okay, you'll be fine if you do this fast, wet. And he's like, just what you do is just drink some half salt. So half salt is basically half sodium, half potassium. You've probably seen it at the store. But what I did is I'm like, well, instead of the half salt, so I'm talking to my buddy, I'm saying, instead of the half salt, what if I go pink salt and then by fluke luck, I was at my dad's, and my dad happened to have this fucking no salt in the cupboard. And I'm looking at it, and this shit's potassium chloride. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So what I'll do is I'll make up my own half salt, and then I can tweak it a little better because actual half salt is like half and half, where I can mix and match with the sodium. So I took Himalayan pink salt, and then I took the no salt, and that's when the snake juice began. So what I did is during that first wet fast I did with no food, I basically mixed up no salt, pink salt, and then I threw my lemon juice in there because I'd been taking the lemon juice in this other concoction I've been making for a long time. I called it the kidney drink at the time, and what it was is it was a bunch of cranberry juice, raw cranberry juice with the lemon juice and the apple cider vinegar. So I kicked the cranberry juice, and what I did is I mixed up those two different salts, threw the apple cider vinegar and the lemon juice into this drink, and then I also threw in cayenne pepper because this is because if you know the cayenne pepper story, it's because I fucked my stomach up fucking around with potassium when I took it in capsules and burnt my stomach. And so then I was all pumped up about this cayenne pepper. So that's what I did. And that was like the super snake juice. That was what I mixed up. And now what I'm doing for this experiment, but then I was drinking it throughout the whole of the day during that 8-day water fast. Okay, I was drinking it throughout the whole of the day, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically put the snake juice into that tight window. But that's how I came up with the snake juice. And all as it ends up being is basically the same shit they'd give you at the hospital in the fucking IV, except with lemon juice and apple cider vinegar, because that shit's so good for your fucking kidneys and stomach. It's that fucking simple. Okay? It's that simple. I work in a heat and humidity. I find that at the end of the day, I'm very tired. You need more sodium. So here's the thing. If you're sweating your bag off, because like I said before, sodium is potassium sparing. So if you're getting enough potassium, and let's say you go 5,000 milligrams on the day, which is good, like it's a good amount. If you're sweating like a stuffed pig, just crank up that sodium. The numbers from this T Nation article that I read with athletes, like some of these athletes that this one coach was coaching, is a really good article. Talks about aldosterone, talks about when your body goes into salt sparing mode and all this other shit. And basically it's an article that says we need fucking salt. The problem is mainstream just eats like fucking pigs all day, and they probably get plenty of fucking salt, just no potassium is the problem. But, so anyway, and no good quality salt either, because the different qualities of salt means the world of difference. But anyway, in this article, they're just saying how basically if you went with 2 grams of sodium per liter of water for an athlete, so that is 2,000 milligrams per liter. So assuming I'm going to drink maybe a liter on this experiment, maybe a liter and a half, that would be 2,000 milligrams in that liter of water. Because you got to remember, this article is not talking about dry fasting and being water adapted either. So what they were saying is somebody that's a crazy high-end athlete would drink, like, say, 4 liters of water with 2,000 milligrams per liter. That's 8,000 milligrams of fucking sodium in the day. Okay, people would think that's nuts, but it's not, because you're sweating out all that salt. Like, lick your arm, like it's salt. Like, your urine's full of salt. Every time you take a piss. This is why water fasting on plain water and not putting sodium and potassium in the water is fucking idiotic. It's idiotic. So when you're on those water fasting groups, they're fucking bullshit. The only real water fasting group would be mine, because I'm the only one telling people to put the proper stuff in the fucking water. Okay? So that's the thing about that. Should I slam a... No. Okay, should I slam a glass full or should I mix it? Mix it up. Because here's the thing. If you guys know what a salt shot is, people do it to do cleanses where they'll take like a liter of water and put like, say, a tablespoon or a couple tablespoons of fucking sodium in this liter of water and smash it, and then it makes them run to the shitter in like an hour. Don't chug it. So even me, I'm going to have a lot of fucking salt and shit mixed up in my drink, but I'm going to drink it slowly throughout a couple hours at least, and I'll fuck with that too. Because if I get the shits, then I know I got to open up the window where I'm drinking the snake juice for this experiment I'm going to do this week. Okay? So that's a good point. Anybody that's sweating a lot, crank up the sodium. It's not going to hurt you. Just crank up that sodium a little bit. It's fine. It ain't going to fucking hurt you. Don't go overboard on the potassium, because the potassium can fuck up with heart rhythmia and shit. You can't be crazy on that. But 5,000 milligrams of potassium for the average person is going to be fine. 3,700, that's a teaspoon and a half of that potassium chloride. And if you feel like you're sweating a lot, if you're sweating a lot, you got to remember that you are going to lose potassium eventually when your sodium gets low enough. So if you know you're going to be sweating, like, get that fucking sodium in, because you're going to lose the potassium, and then you'll know, because you'll feel like shit and you'll start getting fucking muscle twitches and cramps. Okay? That's exactly why I'm doing this. This is becoming a situation where, like, I'm just honing in on the purpose here, and I am helping people specifically now, like, mostly straight up fat loss. And the best way to lose weight is obviously not eating anything, but you got to know what to put in your body as far as the water goes, or you'll fuck yourself up. But if you are fat, you can get away with a high mineralized drink, like with potassium and salt, for a long fucking time. You can water fast for days on end and still train if you got a fucking gut on you. If you're mixing it up properly, and then you're taking in, you take in some cayenne pepper, and it gives you a little bit of a freaking metabolism, a little bit of bite on your it's not even that your metabolism, it'll just, it's like when you eat a hot pepper, it speeds up your heart, it dilates your blood vessels, right? That's one of the best things about cayenne pepper, dilates your blood vessels. Plus, when you're fasting on cayenne pepper, if you have any sort of bowel issues, like IBS, ulcerative colitis, fucking Crohn's, celiac, any of that shit, this is what you fucking do, is you fucking fast on fucking salt water and cayenne pepper. The salt is so good for your stomach, okay? Salt is good for your stomach. That fucking Himalayan pink salt, it's good for your stomach. Could somebody shoot me the time again? I just don't have a clock. I'm trying to keep it at an hour. And yeah, so just keep that in mind. If you feel crappy, ask yourself, did you get enough sodium? Did you hit your potassium and sodium number? You know, did you hit, and that's the thing, it's not gonna be anything to do with the water volume. Everyone's drinking enough. And I'm gonna experiment with that water volume. Like I said, I'm gonna go with a liter to start. Tomorrow I'm gonna drink a liter. Tomorrow will be kind of a fucking fake day though, because technically I'm eating tonight, so tomorrow will be a joke. It'll be the next day, the next few days down the road. But I'm gonna start with 1 liter of water, 5,000 milligrams of potassium, and I'm gonna start out with probably 5,000 milligrams of sodium. And I'm gonna go tomorrow, I'll probably, I don't know, I might even swim tomorrow. We'll see, swim and go to the gym. Like, I'm gonna train really fucking hard. So, if some of them spices like turmeric, like you could have that in your, like, you gotta remember, no calories, right? You gotta remember, no fucking calories. So, now that's the thing, that cayenne pepper, there's a few calories there, but it's not enough to do anything. Like, we're talking like maybe 9, maybe at most 18 fucking calories in like a whole liter of water is not gonna do shit. It is not gonna spike your insulin. So it's all about the insulin spikes. I don't give a fuck if I take in 18 calories if there's no insulin spike. Plus, I'm drinking it in a tight window, right? So it's all about, that's what it's all about right there. So the end result, my goal is to show people that I can drink all my fluid in a certain window that's tight as possible so I can benefit from dry fasting throughout the day. And then drink my fluid in this tight window and have the fluid mixed up enough that I will still be able to perform in the gym. Okay? So that's my goal. Performance plus weight loss. Performance plus weight loss. That's the fucking goal. Plus healing. Plus healing. So like the dry fasting is obviously the best way to heal. Okay? So is there any other questions here? So if anybody has any other questions, private message me. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to be pounding out YouTubes this week. I always pound out YouTubes when I'm fasting. Check out my Instagram. I post some pictures on there. And what other one? Fuck. And then I guess like my snake diet. Oh, another thing, just last thing. On that snake diet motivation group, if you need motivation, fucking post on that group. Post real posts though. I'm not gonna let one-liners go up. Fucking like write something, okay? So like, let's say, hold yourself accountable. Like, and pictures. Don't be fucking scared of putting up pictures. It holds you accountable, okay? Pictures are good. At least take them yourself so they're at home at least, okay? And then on the group, make a plan. It's like, okay, if you fuck up, say that you fucked up on the group and say that you got a plan. You're gonna do maybe like 3 24-hour fasts in a row, then maybe a 72-hour fast, 48-hour fast, maybe you got a birthday party to go to, you're gonna do this, and this. You know, talk about like the things you're dealing with in life. Talk about that. People want to hear that shit. People want to be like, how do you deal with these assholes at work? How do you deal with, you know, how do you deal with all this bullshit? How do you deal with people hating on you? How do you deal with people thinking that fasting's starvation? How do you deal with all this fucking shit? That's the stuff you want to be posting on that motivation group. Because the fasting part's a fucking joke. You know, I got enough people fasting now that people are getting less and less nervous of it. They need to see how to continue it on, because really, this is the fucking most sustainable way to eat. Like, there is no other fucking healthy way to eat that's just sustainable. It's simple. You fucking just eat fucking, like, even if you're lean, you're eating like a meal a day and throwing in a 48-hour fast. Like, how fucking hard is that? You don't have to meal prep or anything. You don't have to get up and eat breakfast. You don't have to do nothing. You just fucking eat whatever you got at the end of the day. Once if you're in a pinch, you just fucking raid your fridge for fucking an hour and eat whatever you have in there. You know, like, you can get away with that once, but you obviously want to be more anal with your macros and cut the carbs if you're fucking fat. So this guy says Tuesday night he wants to start. Yeah, so, and like, this is the other thing, like I said again, if people miss that, a good way to start it is going to be do a 48. If it feels good, do a 72. If that feels good, fucking go 96. If that feels good, do a 120-hour fast. Then you're like, okay, now I got a huge set of balls. I can do a 120-hour fast. Then you can design an eating routine. You can design an eating routine, and then basically if your eating routine's working well, you're going to be losing weight. If you're eating too fucking much, your weight's not going to drop. Then you got to reevaluate your eating routine. Then it's simple. You know, maybe you'd eat 1 meal a day for 3 days a week, and then maybe you'd fast, maybe you do a 48-hour fast, eat again, maybe then do a 72. Like, you can make up whatever you want. It was like, cycle it around your job. Like, it's fucking simple. If you're working shift work, maybe you'll fit in a meal whenever you can. Just have food at home. It's like, okay, now I get a chance to eat. I got 2 hours to eat. Make sure you're fasting at least, 15 to 36 hours between, or 18 to 36 hours between meals or whatever. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, if you got fat on you, you can easily go at least 24 to 36 hours. So, like, let's say maybe you wouldn't get a chance to eat again for 36 hours. Well, you could eat 2 meals in a tighter window, like maybe a meal and then eat again in 18 hours, and then you could do a fucking 36-hour fast. It's simple. It's like I say, it's freestyle fasting. You just always are fasting. Just write up a little eating schedule. It's easy as fuck, okay? I got one girl right now that's pregnant that's eating at noon, and then I think she's eating like earlier in the evening, so she's eating about a 6 to 8 hour eating window, like running kind of a mainstream intermittent fasting routine. She's a little nervous to fucking get hardcore in the fasting, but that's fine. She's seeing results. It just made her life easier. If anything, your life's gonna get easier because you don't gotta fucking meal prep and shit. And you can eat way higher fat foods without being all worried about calories from the fatty foods. Okay? So
bro?
How's it going, man?
That's right here, man. I saw you. Who you talking to, bro?
Oh, these are I'm a fat loss coach. And these are I'm just doing like a little seminar I do every Sunday night.
Okay, so what are you talking about then?
So basically, see this thing?
Yeah.
I teach people how to get rid of that. I teach people how to get rid of fat.
Really?
So fasting.
I mean, fasting.
Yeah,
by fasting.
I teach
Not
you-
by working out, but fasting.
But basically, training's good too, but I help people learn how to fast so then they fucking
But how to fast, like in a Christian way or that
So basically, the religions do it, but I took it to more of a, I guess, just
Higher.
a standpoint where they're doing it actually for weight loss, not just for
okay, so
spiritual
what
purposes.
would you recommend?
So basically, right off the bat, when you're fasting, the way I coach people is I get them to do a 48-hour fast on water and salt.
Just water?
Just water and
But
some salt mix.
we still need to eat.
No, but so then what happens is your body will actually force itself to start burning body fat. Okay?
Because I do need to get rid of this.
Yeah,
my
so
wife
what'll
was
happen?
gonna make kind of
Yeah, because then you'll be
like
way sexier on the beach and shit here.
yeah, because my wife,
your
my
wife?
no,
Sister wife?
no, she's my friend, but I didn't have these right, and my
Okay.
wife was looking at it. My wife was looking at it, and she's like making fun of me, like,
Our neighbor's here. Let's come say hello.
So yeah, so anyway, so that's how you do
hey,
it.
oh yeah.
So that's how you do it. So what you do is you'd start with a 48-hour fast, and then after that, once you beat that food addiction, okay, then you'd have to fucking quit drinking, because drinking makes you fat.
I know that, bro. I'm trying
Right?
to be,
Yeah.
you know what I'm gonna express to you my plan right now. I'm trying to build something go out of the grid,
Okay.
and like no meat, no nothing, just plan my own food.
See, that's good. And then if you cut out any of those vices, cut out booze. Booze is the worst fucking thing in the world.
Is it?
Fucking terrible.
Fuck that.
Yes.
I've been feeling it,
No,
but I haven't done it
because
yet.
even so a lot of people that I coach, people still drink, but I'm completely against alcohol. But say if you did drink, then what you
But
do.
I know alcohol ain't good at all.
but-
I know alcohol ain't good at all.
Yeah,
But hold on,
exactly.
hold on.
Exactly. Okay, I'll see you, man.
No, I'll be right back.
No, I'm done now. I'm done.
Are you? No,
Yeah.
give me that 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, I'll
Say
stay
hi
here
to
for
me,
a minute, but I'll
okay.
stay. Fucking drunks. It's funny though because you know what? Freaking, see, I made that post about how drunks are fucking gross. I used to be a piss tank. You are gross. You fucking spit on people and you talk. Your fucking eyes are fucking bloodshot. I wasn't joking around. When you're drunk, you're fucking gross. You're fucking gross, and you're completely. How's it going? You're completely unself-aware, so you don't even know that you just stink like shit, and your breath stinks like shit. You know what I mean? This guy's actually a fucking funny guy, though. I'd probably, if I could catch him sober, I bet you I could get him on a diet. He's open-minded. See? At least he's open-minded right off the bat. Open-minded people I can deal with right away. It's the closed-minded people that are fucking headache. Okay, so, but anyway, how's it going? I'm gonna shut her down.
Don't shut it down yet, bro. I'm coming. I told you I was coming back.
Where'd you get that hat from?
This is a Colombian hat, my friend.
Okay.
Give it to me. It's a
You guys
Colombian
come here
hat.
quite a bit or no?
No, you know what? I've been here 4 years ago. This is my
You live
second time
here?
No, I live in Edmonton.
Where?
No.
North?
Yeah,
I used to live in Greensboro.
Greensboro. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
pretty close to it. I'm
I used to work actually at World Health at that big World Health gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to
The
work
one
there.
the one back close to Superstore.
Yeah. There's two on Mayfield. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's one in Mayfield, but there's one in Superstore, in Northeast. I'm around.
Can I try
there.
your hat on real quick?
Sure.
Check out this hat.
Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. There you go.
Fuck, I look like that fucking bad guy on Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Okay, so everyone have a great night.
Take care,
Get
bro.
that fat in you. See you, buddy.
Aye, aye, aye.